I was tagged in a video, guys. My boy T Smell Good tagged me in a video about fragrances that make us happy, or fragrances that we wear when we are happy. I don't know, T, I'm confused, man. Let's see what T has to say about it.
There is some fragrance in your collection that does make you happy. Again, whether that's joy, just feeling good, even if it's just a smile on your face, whatever that means to you. What are those fragrances, okay?
Well, I tell you what, makes sense to me. I'll give it a stab. Hopefully I could do it some justice right now. What is up, my fragrant people? Come on in and sit down and hit that like button on your way in, because today we have 10 fragrances to go over that I just wear when I am feeling it, when I'm happy, when I'm upbeat. Now, I made a video called Mood Lifters. If you didn't catch it, check it out up here. But these fragrances here today are my all-time top 10 that I wear when I'm happy and I want something that's gonna match that mood, baby. At the number 10 spot is a fragrance that I am loving. Been loving for a couple months, and this fragrance just gets a lot of things done for me. I put it on when I'm in my mood. It works only in winter to me because it's super woodsy and super heavy. The bottle even reflects it. And that's coming from the house of Bentley, and that is Bentley for Men Absolute. You get a blast of ginger and frankincense up top. In the middle, there is sandalwood, and in the bottom, there's ambergris, oud, and moss. Super dark, super lovely, but listen to me, this fragrance suffers from performance issues, all right? This thing lasts on my skin about 4 or 5 hours tops, even when I overspray this thing. There's something about it. So what I've been using Absolute for is a skin scent. It's beautiful for cuddle buddy dates, if somebody's coming over, or if you're going to the movies. This is beautiful. It doesn't project a lot. Careful with the top note because it can be a beast, but the dry down is so good. At the number 10 spot from the house of Bentley is Bentley for Men Absolute. And I don't know if I said it, guys, but this is not a ranked countdown. These fragrances are just 10 fragrances that are on the top of my list, but they are in a slight order. I'm putting them in dark fragrances first, and lighter, maybe more citrusy fragrances are gonna be at the end. The next fragrance that we're talking about is coming from one of my favorite fragrance houses of all times, and this is Parfums de Marly Harriet. So this opens up with a beautiful, warm, spicy cinnamon. On the middle, you're getting a beautiful tobacco and incense. And on the dry down, whoa, here comes that vanilla and musk. A great fragrance. I wear it when I'm already in my mood. It is spicy, it is warm, it is inviting. Women love it. Great date fragrance. This is dinner date, lunch date, any date you could think about. Harriet will get it done for you when the weather is a little cool. That means about 60, 65 degrees and below, but I also push it, so I'm still wearing this. Happy fragrance number 9 from the house of Parfums de Marly, that's Harriet. At the number 8 spot, and the third dark fragrance that I'm talking about here today, is a happy fragrance that I love spraying on, and I'm trying to juice it up before the cool winter goes away. And that's coming from the house of Dior, and that is Dior Homme Intense. This is a lavender opener, drying down to a heart of iris and ambrette, and then drying down to a cedar and vetiver. One beautiful powdery fragrance, beautiful, lovely, powdery, woody fragrance that is sure to warm up your day. Coming from the house of Dior is Dior Homme Intense 2011. Now at the number 7 spot, and the fourth dark fragrance that we're talking about here today, is a boozy fragrance coming from the house that makes nothing but beast mode fragrances. And if you can't get loose and happy with one of these fragrances, baby, you don't have a blood flow. Coming from the house of Nichane is Fan Your Flames. This is second or third date when the winter is kind of long. Like right now, when the temperature is still kind of low, it dips back down again. You can't wait to bust out a boozy like this. A gourmandish coconut and rum up top, drying down to the middle where you're getting a tobacco and tonka bean. And wait till it dries down. You are getting a woody oak moss and cedar wood. This one is gonna get you going. I call this a late winter gourmand. I don't wear this in the dead of winter, but I will wear it at the beginning and at the end when it warms up just a little bit. You get that more upbeat feeling from the coconut. The coconut gives it a more vacation vibe. So you can have a vacation in the wintertime. Courtesy of Nichane, Fan Your Flames at the number 7 spot. Now we are rolling into the lighter fragrances, and this is the first citrus of the bunch. At the number 6 spot is coming from the house of Chanel, and this is the old tried and true Bleu de Chanel Parfum. This is a lemon zest and bergamot blast up top, also accompanied by a nice undertone of mint. This dries down to a pineapple and lavender, and then on the bottom, you're getting a creamy sandalwood that really brings it home for me. This is one of my go-tos. Very, very easy reach, very mass appealing, and you just can't beat it. Like I said before in old videos, in my Chanel video, I have an OG bottle when this thing first came out, and it is a monster now. It does not take me a lot of sprays. People complain about the performance on this one, but when I'm in that good mood, I can even overspray this. If I spray this 6 times, I am getting performance like crazy, and I love to smell myself when I'm wearing this fragrance, and that's what makes it a happy fragrance, because when I put it on, I love smelling myself. Compliments are a plus, but I love having it on and smelling myself when I have this one. So Bleu de Chanel Parfum, I will always have this in my collection because it's a happy fragrance. At the number 6 spot, Bleu de Chanel Parfum. At the number 5 spot is a fragrance that I just cannot get enough of, y'all. This is coming from the house of Montale Paris, and this is none other than Intense Cafe. You're talking about my Sexy Rose Latte. It's a latte with rose infusion into it. It has a lactonic rose. I did a review on this fragrance because I just can't get enough of it, and I needed the world to know about this, especially for men. A lot of women wear this fragrance, but guys, trust me, it opens with some floral notes, but the heart comes in almost immediately. You're gonna get that rose and coffee, and then as it dries down, you still get that lactonic note, and you're getting a musk and amber down at the bottom with a touch of vanilla. When I am feeling like I am in that mood, I really am spraying this on. Doesn't take many sprays. Montale is always beast mode for me. This fragrance is lasting forever on my skin, but the sillage is where this one comes in so lovely. This is one that when you spray it on yourself, you're gonna love to smell yourself. And the compliments, once again, are just gonna be an added bonus. Slightly feminine leaning, so you gotta be on your stuff that day. If you're a feminine man, hey, you may not be able to pull this off. I'm just being honest, because if you're not masculine and you're not dressed the right way, this isn't gonna come off the right way. This is not every day, but this is definitely a happy fragrance. Happy dance fragrance. At the number 5 spot from Montale Paris is Intense Cafe. Now, can y'all tell I am happy to get to the number 4 fragrance? This is the fragrance that just makes me excited every time I talk about it. Every time I wear it, I love this fragrance. I wear it year round. It is no stopping me when I'm wearing this fragrance, guys. I just fell in love with it from the, oh my God. Love it, I love it, I love it. It's coming from the house of Prada, and this is Amber Pour Homme. Now this opens up with a light bergamot and cardamom, and the heart is cleaned up with a beautiful vetiver and musk. This dries down to an amber with tonka bean and sandalwood. One lovely concoction, but you know what you get in all of that? You are getting a light amber that is perfect for spring and for summer nights. As long as it's not too super hot, you are getting one awesome, creamy, smooth fragrance that is just a happy dance fragrance. I love this fragrance. I will always have multiple bottles. I have other bottles that are already on order. It has been discontinued, but I think the Intense version is still there. The first fragrance for men that Prada actually made from 2006. This is my stuff. Prada Amber Pour Homme Grown Man Sexy at the number 4 spot. The third fragrance that we're talking about here today is coming from a house that I don't have a lot of bottles of, but it is also the second bottle from Dior, and this is Dior Homme Sport. This is the 2021 Dior Homme Sport. Now, I love the original version of it. The original version was much stronger, but guys, don't get it twisted. Dior Homme 2021 seems linear, but it is not. It opens up with a typical bergamot and lemon. It dries down to a heart of pink pepper, and then it comes on down to woodsy notes and a touch of amber. But what you need to know about this is that, to me, it is not so much of a sporty fragrance. That's why I made a sporty video. I'll link it up here. This one wasn't in it because I don't wear it for that. To me, it just won't take my sweat. It will not take my body heat. This thing, the performance can be a little dismal, but if you're wearing this as a sport fragrance, it is gonna be real dismal. It'll probably be about 2-3 hours on your skin, even if you're spraying this thing 10, 11, 12 times. At least on my skin, it does it. So for me, this is a happy fragrance. I've always liked it since the OG bottles, and I love this formulation. Now, I'm trying to get a hold of the OG bottle again. People have gone way up on their prices on that. I don't know how lucky I'm gonna be, but this one will do. I love the way it dries down to a nice, masculine, woody skin scent. And it just smells good, guys. This is a happy scent for me. A lot of guys have kicked this to the curb. I still love it. I think Dior does perfumery very well. Great skin scent, overspray this one and you would like the way you smell. A little happy dance fragrance, baby. Coming from the house of Dior. It's Dior Homme Sport 2021. Second to last fragrance, guys, we are talking about a fragrance that is another citrus fragrance that is known to be a dupe. To me, it's not a dupe because it goes a completely different way. Coming from the house of Montblanc is Explorer. Now, the reason I say this is not a dupe because I've worn different batches of Aventus and this doesn't go the way of any of them. If this is a dupe and people want to say it's a dupe, I'll go with that because guess what? I would rather have this than any bottle of $450 Aventus. Up top, you're getting bergamot and the typical pink pepper. In the middle, you're getting a touch of leather. When it dries down, you're getting an ambroxan balm. Now this feels like pineapple up top, but it is long lasting. It is woody, it's sexy, citrusy, and it is good for spring and summer. Very well priced and I love it. This is a happy fragrance. I wear this when I don't reach for Nishane Hachivat. This is something that I put on when it's time for happy dance. At the number 2 spot is Montblanc Explorer. And the last fragrance that we're talking about here today comes from the house of Guerlain. And this is my Sexy Cherries Vanilla Fatale L'Homme Ideal, the EDP. This, guys, is one sexy ass fragrance. Compliment puller, mood lifter, mood maintainer. If you're already happy, this keeps you levitated and lifted. With top notes of an almond de bergamot. In the middle, you're getting the Sexy Cherries vanilla, and down at the bottom, you're getting tonka bean and sandalwood with a pinch of leather. For me, this is quickly becoming one of my most favorite designer fragrances. I know a lot of people say it's niche, but I think technically it is designer. This is really becoming one of my favorite designer fragrances. Not because it pulls compliments from men and women every time I wear it, but because it just makes me feel good. It is a happy fragrance. You cannot be sad wearing a Sexy Cherry Vanilla Fatale. Little touch of leather down at the bottom, sweetened up with tonka bean, creamy sandalwood once it dries down. Overspray this. The more you spray it, the better it gets. For me, when I overspray it, it doesn't get obnoxious. It just keeps getting better. Now I'm sure at some point, yeah, you can drown yourself, but to me, I could do 15 sprays on this. 15 sprays, guys, and this thing is just better than it is at 6 sprays. 15 sprays, people are complimenting left and right. It is getting a perfect sillage, it is getting perfect projection, and my longevity is hours and hours and hours. Happy dance. I have a backup bottle waiting when I go smoke through this one this summer and this spring. So if you haven't gotten your nose on it, check out from the house of Guerlain, L'Homme Ideal EDP. So there it is, guys. Thank you very much, T, for tagging me on this one. This was a great idea, and I only got 2 people that I'm going to tag this time. I do not want to make this video super long. First person I'm going to tag is my girl Liz from In Liz's Style. She is doing big things over there. She's growing her channel up. She has great production value, great edits, and she talks about great fragrances. And guys, you can find out great gift ideas for your girl. And she has a great nose for men's fragrances. So check her out. Go subscribe to her. And Liz, I want to know, what are your happy fragrances? And I also want to tag my boy Fragrantly Locked. He is over there doing big things, guys. Go check him out. He goes live sometimes. He brings his wife on there so she can give her opinion. It's very important that we know what women feel about our fragrances. I always get women's opinions about how I smell. That is what I lean on about what I actually wear, is women's opinions. So go over there, check out my boy doing big things. Go subscribe to him and to my girl Liz. They're both doing big things and growing channels. I love it. I want to know what you guys are out there feeling as your happy fragrances. Liz, Fragrantly Locked. Hey, come on with it. You are tagged. And guys, in the comment section, let me know what are the fragrances that you guys are wearing that make you feel happy, or you wear, you go to when you're having a happy day. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I love all of you guys, and until the next time, keep smelling good.